Now, zooming in on these three broad areas, one key indicator that we are watching closely is the weekly infection rate. That's the ratio of cases in the past week over the week before. In some ways, it's a very crude measure of what the epidemiologists call the reproduction rate, or R. Right? But we are using a crude measure of it by measuring the ratio of cases in the past week over the week before. This ratio used to be 1.5, which suggested that cases were doubling every week or so. It's now come down to just above 1. And that means that cases are still increasing, but at a slower rate. But because cases are still increasing, it's still resulting in pressures on our healthcare system. We monitor this ratio closely, and if the ratio comes below 1, and our hospital and ICU situation remains stable, we will make some calibrated easing in 3 areas. One, we are looking at allowing team sports to resume. For example, a group of 5 people can play football with another group of 5 people or any other contact sports. Second, we will look at resuming more activities in our schools and institutions of higher learning. And thirdly, we will allow family members from the same household to dine together in F&B establishments up to a group of 5 persons. These are calibrated moves where we assess the risk to be acceptable. For example, with activities in schools, IHLs, many of these activities are masked up, so we think the risks are acceptable. Where sports are concerned, they do not have their mask on, and there are people interacting closely together, especially with contact sports, but we can mitigate the risk by requiring the participants to do ART tests, antigen rapid tests, before participating in the activity. And for dining, again, it's high risk, but because the people coming to dine together are from the same household, the risk can be mitigated, but then it's an issue of enforcement. How do we go around ensuring that across all F&B outlets, this rule is complied with strictly, and it's only people from the same household? So that's something that we are looking at. But potentially, these are the 3 next batch of easing moves we are looking at, subject to the conditions I just highlighted. Some people ask, why not do more? Why not just go further and relax further? For example, allowing group sizes to increase across the board to 5 or even 8 persons. And as you heard from Minister Wong just now, I think taking such a path of just relaxing measures across the board will cause cases to rise sharply. There is no doubt this will cause a resurgence of cases.